I don't think... Oh, it wasn't live, that's why. I'm live now.
Okay.
Well, you guys missed the whole fun.
Coming.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, man, that is really funny. Well, cheers, everybody.
There we go.
Well, they missed the whole intro. They missed the whole joy of it. Here, we're going to do a speed run. We're going to do a speed run intro here.
These people don't need a countdown. Screw that.
No, watch this. What's good? I'm laughing because this is funny. Watch this speed rundown. Let's see if we can just do the speed rundown here. Here we go. Speed rundown. We do it like this. We kind of started like this. We kind of pretended like we had a countdown. Yeah, we'll let it go for like 5 seconds. Oh, feel that? It's feeling good. Here we go, guys. Yep, I think we're done there. That was cool.
Good.
Yeah, that was cool, right? And then I came in like this. And I put this music on like this. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, everybody, give me a thumbs up if you can see me this time. This is what we're going to do all night. Everybody get your panties up. Trouble's on the way, people. You tried. Just pretend it's the intro. It's not. There we go. I'm going to let him run. I'm going to sing the tag and we're going out. There we go, people. 2, 3, 4. All right. Enough of that crap. There's a lot of trouble going on the way because I did a 5-minute stream to myself. All right, here's the deal, guys. It is November 16th. We are a week away from Thanksgiving. That blows my mind. That was something I had said earlier. It snowed here yesterday, so we got that going on. I'm getting a lot of Black Friday emails already. I see a lot of chat in here we're going to get at in a second. We're going to bring John out here, and hopefully he's dressed. And I want to hear about some things. So if you're new here, this happens sometimes. And we're here to talk tech. We'll talk about anything tech. We'll talk anything about our process to be YouTubers, creatives, community, all that good stuff. And so if you're new to the channel, say something. If you're new to the group, say something. Any top is open. If you want to talk about the Hulk, you want to talk about your weekend, talk about your terrible football team, I don't know. We'll find something to talk about. So let's bring our friend John and let's start this little nugget of goodness. How you doing, John? I'm going to try this again.
Sorry about that. Okay, I was listening to the radio.
It felt like an AM move. It felt like an AM program right about then. Yeah,
that was Z100, I think.
Was it Z100? It was that get your head out of your backside 100. So here's what OJ did. He did everything right except I hit the go live and it was blue. Apparently, got hit twice, and I didn't. So so there was a pre-show. But you guys get the best show, so, more power to you.
It was funny, though.
It was funny. How you doing? John's over there scrambling, just trying to write, me behind the scenes. And I'm just like, hey, man,
messages.
Don't even send me a message. I'm in the middle. I'm in my groove right now, man. I can't read your messages. I'm talking to myself. Remember that time you danced to yourself when you had no music? That is 10,000 times better than what I just did.
Yeah, I dance to no music every day.
Yeah, I know, but you had people watching you dance to no music. I literally was doing a test stream to myself with people waiting on me. That was a lot.
I'll dance to no music right now.
I'm all about dancing to no music. Oh, my goodness. Let's see what's happening with these guys. Out here in chat waiting for us patiently. Oh, let's go right to the beginning here. First person that I see here. Ayni, the tech llama's name. Yeah, we're coming after you with that. We got the old Ayni, or it's actually Ayni. I pronounced that incorrectly. We're gonna have a little education on that. Hey, I saw Sammy was around here. Here he goes. Hey, everyone. I can just hear him doing it. It's old Sammy. Hi, everyone. Hi. Marlene, how are you doing on this Tuesday? I can't believe we're close to Thanksgiving. Can you believe it? I can't believe it.
I can't.
I see Brian Griffin. How you doing, sir? We had a nice talk with him last week, so that was kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know why you got bumped out. It's just it's just the way it's gonna happen tonight, bro. I like that you were trying to save me. We're coming. Hang on, everybody. It's like the
We're
horses
coming.
are out of the stable. We're coming. We're going to round them
they're
up.
coming.
It's going to be okay. What happened? I think we know what happened. User error is what happened. It's going to happen. I want to tell you. Secondhand Rose. How you doing, Secondhand? Nice to see you. I'm just going to blow through these, catch up, so I don't, because I know I'm already behind by the whole fiasco that just happened. It is a party. It's always a party. It's a good question here. We'll answer that question. So you got a, thanks for that question, Brian. That's a great question. So you got a little coffee. I see somebody brought that out.
Yeah, actually 1 minute before you went live. Well, fake live. It was fake live.
It was a fake live. I saw your wife bring in the coffee. I thought, well, he's doing that under the nip, but then he ends up, she was actually early, so that's okay. But I don't know what to tell you, man. What kind of coffee is it? Is it like a spice pumpkin
It's
ugliness?
Well, I was going to make coffee, but we ran out. And so I let her know because I like to make sure we had coffee in the morning. She was out, so she stopped and picked up some. And meanwhile, she asked me, would I like a Dunkin' coffee? So I said, sure. So I just have a coffee with a little bit of cream in it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. I went
Just a little jump start. I need a little jump start.
I know.
I'm a little late.
I've been doing tea lately. I don't know. I just feel ever since we tripped into the dark side of the clock and the sky, I decided to go tea for some reason. Kind of weird.
Yeah. Tea's like
pretending like it's healthy. I don't know. I think it's healthy, but I don't know what's going on. So how was your weekend? We didn't really talk too much. You were busy. I know you were doing a ton of things around the house. I was trying to do a ton of things. Get caught up.
I did a little live stream on Sunday. So back-to-back Sundays, I did a live stream, and that was fun.
So did we decide, do we still need the capture card? Is that that was kind of the focus of that little stream you did there?
Yeah, well, more than just the capture card, it was just letting people know that you need one because surprisingly, I talk about these cameras and we've had lengthy discussions about cameras and people will say to us, oh, I want to get this camera. Oh, I want to get that camera. And then all of a sudden they're like, they get the camera and they're like, well, they want a live stream and they're like, what's a capture card? And so then we kind of like feel like, wow, we should have mentioned that. And so I wanted to bring it up again because people that are new to streaming, they should know that that's most likely what they're going to need in most situations.
Yeah. In fact, it was interesting because I was working on a secondary shot tonight with an older camera and kind of a fake cam link, one of those cheaper versions. And I've not had a lot of luck with it, but John threw something he found out about vMix and not playing well with these type of things, and he was right. Made the change, and it actually works. So that was kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to use it tonight, but it's good to know that there's an answer to it because it's been kind of frustrating. I have that, and I have the camera, and I can't even use it. So it's been kind of a bummer. I see that Dr. Rob is around. He's saying hi to Cashew, and I know that Abel's was here earlier. Just a heads up.
Okay.
I'm excited. Tomorrow I get the lights. I'm not even showing it. Tomorrow I get the lights and other items that will make my YouTube video better. I see the evolution that he's been doing. Quite fun.
Yeah.
So this will be a nice. This is going to be a really interesting change for you, Abel. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see. So keep us up to date on that. We'll hop over there and check it out, no doubt. So thank you for stopping in, and we're doing well. Thank you so much.
Just the beginning of playing with the toys. Because then once you see your picture, it looks better. Then you'll be working on your lighting and adjusting your white balance, and it all comes together eventually.
It all comes together. Yeah, how many hours? I remember spending, I know so little about cameras and lighting when I started out. All I had was playing around. I can't tell you how many hours I was down here by myself, moving lights, doing this, trying to figure it out, then go look at YouTube, then figure it out. It's amazing. And I mean, it's the best way to do it, but what a lot of hours you invest trying to get comfortable with it. It does pay off, and I'm really excited for you, Abels. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dr. Rob says, I've done some crazy stuff, sir, with the Wave XLR. Should we ask what he's done that's so crazy?
Well, I know he's reached out to me, and he was working some bugs out in his system, and so I know he wanted to try to jump on with me. I had absolutely no time this week at all because end of this year, things always get wrapped up. So with work, it becomes a lot of work. And then also with the family and things that are going on and fall coming, summer. And just all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
this weekend I got to do rear brakes on another car. I did my wife's like 3
Yeah,
weeks
you've
ago.
been busy
I did
on
mine
brakes.
this weekend.
You're kind of like the Midas man all of a sudden, or not Midas.
I do it all, bro.
Yeah, I don't do brakes. I do brakes, but I usually do brakes by driving them down to my mechanic friend and saying, "Do my brakes."
Yeah. I replaced the transmission for a Jeep, TJ, by myself in the driveway.
It's a little crafty thing you got going on there. Speaking of crafty things, this Saturday, you and I are going to be doing a little crafty. What do we want to call this episode?
You're
Mess.
going to see tech guys.
We're going to
try
jump
to
into
get crafty.
Lala stream, mommy Lala stream, and mommy guide, right? And that's
See
early
if she
for
can
us.
straighten us out.
Yeah, we're going to get on it, and we have a project that she has sent us with the supply documents and all. And I got to do my prep work and really get into this. But this is going to be interesting because John, I, scissors, glue, and glitter. Okay, it's going to be interesting, but
I'm excited though.
we're going to have a lot of fun. What does this mean? Okay, I've been driving other channels crazy. Oh, well.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's got his little sounds all hooked up. He's got things rolling, and so I
he's
think
jumping on and he's doing all sorts of like.
Yep.
Dealios.
Testing out his sounds. I think
look
the
at
next
this.
thing he's got to do
What's that?
is the only thing he's got to do is get a stream deck, and then he'll have his sounds hooked up to his stream. He'll be pushing buttons everywhere.
Perhaps you should have given him that power, because that's, with Dr. Rob. I've heard this said, but with great power comes great responsibility. So, just saying. So I guess the Hallmark channel got paused because your great wife decided to watch our stream for a second. I appreciate that.
So I did watch a movie with her this weekend also, by the way.
What movie?
I don't know which one it was, but it was a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh, okay. What was the
And
plot?
it was fun.
Let me see if I know this one. What was the plot?
You know the plot.
It's always the same plot.
Family business. They want to sell, but Christmas brings everything together, and people in the family buy the business. It's the same story, and then everyone's happy. In the end, they leave their $200,000 jobs to, run.
It's always the
back
family,
at home.
the family business. The woman usually comes back home. Family business is in trouble. And then they find out there's another big corporate business there, and that big corporate business, the son of that big corporate business, is now in charge of taking over the little family business. But she falls in love with this guy, and he didn't realize what was happening, and then they become a thing, and then everybody becomes one big happy family, something like that.
Something.
And then it ends with eggnog. That's how it ends. That's the Hallmark. I believe that's how it's going to be. Yeah, we're going to move on. I'm sorry, second-hand rose. I have a particular challenge that maybe you have an idea how to work out. I was looking to start with upgrading my sound and getting a new mic. Oh, yeah. But my computer does not have a USB. Any ideas? Huh. Are you messing with me?
Must have a Mac.
Yeah.
Must have a Mac. Yeah, she's going to have to, if she has, I believe she has a Mac because she messaged me this, and I actually left her a little answer on my message on my channel. That if that's the case, she's going to have to go get herself a dock so she can expand upon her USBs. So,
I mean, is it a laptop? I mean, is there any way to put in a card for a USB card into, I don't know if it's a tower that you can actually get in and, I don't know, and actually put a USB PCI.
So first,
I see Brian.
First, she's got to.
Brian said the same thing. I think.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
that's a good point.
I don't think it's if it's I think it's a Mac, so she doesn't have that ability. And if it was, you wouldn't have to worry about PCI slots. You would just go into one of the USBs and just throw a hub on there, and you would be able to expand upon those. You get a powered hub, but
okay. She has at least one USB hub, so you can throw a powered hub. Like it's funny because I just bought one. So should I show it real quick? So I had an issue because I needed extra hubs because I work off a laptop. And so if you have, you really want a powered hub, and I know John's talked about that before. I, of course, agree with that. So let me flip over. This is going to look like a mess because I just got it today, so I haven't even done cord management. So looking down, this is an 8 port. It's 3.1 USB, second gen, and the reason that's important is the speed. It's like 10 times faster than I think the 3.0. I'm not exactly sure. You might be able to answer that. But it's really, if you want stability, you really need the speed, you need the power. And so this is a powered, and what I like about this one is there's on-off buttons. So if I have a couple mouses. If I don't want that on or I want to turn that mouse on, I can do it. I have an external drive. Sometimes I don't want that on because anything you put into the mix just adds another option. I also have my Gold XLR hooked in with as well as my Wave XLR. So I have two USB audio interfaces that are actually hooked into this thing, but I can toggle them off and decide which one I want as I'm playing around doing videos or testing things out. So I really like the ability to turn things on and off. And yeah, you can use a C port on this in case someone's probably going to ask that. But if you're looking for something,
hub has.
Would you? Okay, you want to show me
I
your
have
hub?
the two. It's on my desk every time. It's like almost like the same one, and I have two powered. Where you can charge your phone and stuff. A lot more power comes out of the bottom two, it's these. This is it right here. It's almost the same thing, except these two at the bottom will charge everything a little bit faster. And then these are all USB above. And the same exact thing. The little button here, see, turns the light on, power each one.
Yep.
Turn it off. Same thing.
It's pretty much the same thing. Yep. I love it. Big fan of that. So I mean, to me, that would be a really good answer. Then both my audio interfaces are actually in that hub, and they're working really well. In fact, I have a Stream Deck. My audio interface is in there. I've got a couple mouses, and I bought a new toy that I'm not going to tell you about. I just got it the other day. Next Monday, I'll talk about that toy, which is also connected into that.
I bought a toy too.
Did you? We're both buying toys? We didn't even tell each other.
Mine comes next Monday, and I'm going to show it to you on Thursday.
Are you? It's not the same toy that I got. I know it's not.
If we end up getting the same toy,
I'm going to be so mad.
Be like,
I can't.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Then we need help because then it's just a mental.
All right. Just right now, give me the first letter of it.
A T.
Okay. Then it's not the same. So it's the
we're
first
good.
letter of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be shocked if you would have picked this one up, but nothing surprises me anymore. Dr. Elo, how are you doing? Thank you for stepping in and saying.
What's up, Elo?
Hello, Elo. Yes.
Hello, Elo.
So yeah, powered hubs. Way to go. Is yours a 3.1?
Sticky puddle.
Is yours a 3.1 hub too? Did you go?
Actually, I forgot because I don't really care all that much. Even though it's like 5 gig versus 15, you don't usually get that transfer speed most of the time.
No,
anyway,
mostly for overhead. If I have a lot of things in there, I like to have things have that kind of like an network. But
the thing is, I don't have anything that transfers that fast at this point. I know. Anyway,
I have a hard drive. That's maybe it. How you doing, Stinky Puddle? Nice to see you. Good evening. Great to see you both. It's great to be seen, and we're always happy to have you in here. Thank you so much for your new set of eyes and spirit, and we're glad to have you here, and you're part of the community that I'm going to talk about in a second because I've already given away the name, but we're going to talk about that for just a little bit and, have a little discussion around that as we move through here. I want to just kind of talk about this. Dr. Rob says, Secondhand says to Rob, I have an iMac laptop. They got rid of the USB ports. Isn't that fun? iMac really just, I don't know what's going on. They just drive me crazy with that stuff sometimes. I don't know. But should have a C port.
It seems not to bother a lot of people,
I guess,
but it's not my cup of tea.
It's not mine either. But
I think she has one C port is correct. I'm probably right, and then she has to get a dock. Like you just don't get a hub. You get a dock, and so the dock will cover HDMI. It will cover, the high speed data transfer for the Macs and regular USBs. So you got to get a dock.
Yeah, and of course that'll be free because Apple makes everything so easy.
That's a good one's going to cost you a little bit, but get a good one that's out there. There's a couple name brands, but I don't know them offhand because I haven't used a Mac in about 2 years.
Well, Danielle says, I am finishing grades and was listening to the music, and then we interrupted her. Well, he did watch it with me. He complained the entire time. Is that true? Did you complain the entire time?
She keeps on saying that, but I was just making fun of her. I wasn't complaining. I just thought it was, I always think it's just funny because I could tell you the whole story before it even starts. And so it's
But I know
the plot line.
I know, but man, that's rough to go in there and say to people.
There was a twist, so I was wrong anyway.
There's not much of a twist in those things, though. I mean, to be frank.
Oh, it was a big twist.
Was it? No, there wasn't.
So,
no,
yeah.
there wasn't.
It's like having a Mac
Santa Claus was her
to
son.
One seaport. The bakery that they were cooking in, they had a Mac, and it was only one seaport on the show.
That's a crazy twist. That's a sad Christmas.
How many times have people said this year to us?
A lot.
Several times about they got Macs, they got M1s, and now they find out they have to add all this stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of
they
times.
They didn't. A lot of reviewers didn't
talk.
talk about that really. Kind of left that little nugget out. But I mean, look, they're great machines. But that is one of the hangups I have with it is it's really a bare bone skeleton when it comes to peripherals. So you really have to then add on, and it's going to cost you a little bit to do it. And it can be done. Like I work on a Lenovo laptop. It's a nice laptop. And I have 3 USBs, I think at least, coming out of that, plus a C. But there's never enough. And just to be honest with you, for management, I prefer to have everything in one hub that's powered up. Quite honestly, I think it's better. Things seem a little bit more stable, as things probably crash down around me about 20 minutes in. Hey, Ken, how you doing? You've been really active. Good to see what's going on. What's going on? Hi, everyone in chat. Yeah, it's all going on. Now,
Hi, Ken.
Next week is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So next Thursday, you can't do anything. We'll have to do it Friday. We're going to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing it Friday.
Right. Plus, have you been keeping up with any of the Black Friday stuff that's out
I
there?
have. So I've been looking around. So that's a few things I may do on the stream this week is things to keep eyes on. But that's not going to hit until like that Black Friday or coming into Monday. Plus, I want to keep. We have similar things that we're looking at, and I wanted to show those couple things that we're looking at specifically.
I've been getting a lot, and it seems like they must know I've been looking for lights because everything is like light deals, which doesn't surprise me. That there'd be a ton of light deals this time of year.
But you agreed you're getting the same light. We're getting the same lights, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah
I'm not getting anything else. So.
I'm not wavering on that because I really that
we're going to talk Thursday.
Yeah, we're going to have fun. So I'm glad. Okay, so she can do secondhand Rose can do the Seaport. That's good to hear. Yeah. I see Tommy's around.
So Yep, Tommy. No, not in my house.
Yeah, I think Tommy's pulling your chain on the whole.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He loves doing that.
Well, yeah. Well, he puts on his little leather chaps, gets a whip out. He comes on here and he starts poking at both of us. He came right after you on that one, but I don't think Tommy's afraid of having Siri or Google around in his bedroom anywhere. I think he's fine with it. I think he's kind of weird about it, honestly.
Yeah, he's okay with it. I think he's okay with it.
I think he's fine with it. So John, the beard is looking fantastic. Yeah, I was going to ask if you're putting on a little red coat.
I'm Amish.
You kind of have an Amish look to you. Which is really funny because I was thinking about barn raising today as I was going into some things here today, and I looked at you and I went, Jebediah, we're going to be putting up a barn or something here pretty soon because it's going to happen. So Jebediah John over here, yep. So can you imagine? I've actually raised some barns, so that could be fun. Yeah, so now we're into adapters, we're into all that stuff. It's there definitely is a good answer for you. It's just one of the things you deal. Once you get it sorted, I think the computer and everything's going to work great for you. Yeah. And you're hitting the ground. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
just make sure you get a dock that lets you expand. That's all I'm saying. Because say if she wants an extra, perhaps an extra screen down the road 6 months from now. So you don't want to be stuck not being able to add another screen to it. So if you have an HDMI out, boom, connect, boom, done. So just take your time a little bit, and if anything, now that I know a little bit more, I can send her something, or we can. So
yes, absolutely. We'll follow up. Just let us know. We'll get you up and running.
Yeah.
And appreciate to Brian and Dr. Rob and all those who jumped in to help with that. Yeah, so I guess he's going to leave me for some other stream beardy guy and do his own little beard show. So I guess Tommy is willing to jump in with me when you decide to go all beard and beard co-hosting. Is that what's going to happen?
Who, me?
Did you not read his comments right there on the screen?
Oh, no. John. No, I didn't. Jeff, when John leaves you for the Beard Crew, let me know. Okay.
The Beard Crew. That's true.
Dude, I'm in cruise control, man. I'm waiting for you to read the sentences to me.
I know. It's nice when you're on that mode. I'll read to you. You sit back, close your eyes, let me take control.
I was just like,
Just drink your coffee that your wife brought you that you didn't even have to get yourself, you lazy sack. I made my own tea. I had to make my own tea, so that tells you what's happening around here. I mean, here's another guy with a great beard. Ken's got a great beard, so I mean, you two together, that could be something. By the way, speaking of show, you're on Uncle Stu's coming up in a day or two, or is that tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. I actually shared it in the community tab, and that it'll be Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. He's gonna set me up with some questions. I'm sure he wants to get a little back info on me, and then we're going to talk about some simple things about tech, I'm sure. So that's all.
Absolutely.
He's a good guy. So
he's a good guy. He always seems like he's a lot of fun. Should be fun to watch you two up there. You guys kind of look alike. There'd be a lot of glory.
Yeah, it's my twin brother, pretty much.
It is. I mean, pretty much,
seriously.
Yeah. And you guys will probably just, everybody get off my lawn, that kind of stuff. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, Ken's just finishing that out. I know Ken loves the Mini and the Dock, Mac for life, and that's the thing. Once you're hooked into whatever you're comfortable with and good with, there's always an answer. You know what I mean? Your ecosystem, but these are different ecosystems, and it is something to think about as we go. And you kind of have. Do you feel? I mean, you have to almost commit. Like I feel like there's a lot of things about the Mac I love. I'd love to do this, love that, but I'm just like I can't spend this time dividing my ecosystem and my brain.
The only thing I had a Mac for probably 10 years before I built these PCs. Yeah. And as long as I had Boot Camp on there where my wife could access Windows, that's all it was really important because unfortunately, especially go back a little bit, they were more dependent on her teaching of having certain things that were only on Windows for her. And so I had to have both. And so at this point, though, she's got her brand new Legion 5 laptop. She can game and she could do whatever. She doesn't game, by the way, but she could do whatever.
Shocking.
That thing will run the world practically.
Yep.
And then I'm down here and no one touches the Mega PC.
No one touches it. I've heard stories about people who touched it. It did not end well.
Heard.
I did hear. Here's a good ending. Says Dr. I'm just segueing right out of that. Dr. Second from Rose says, Dr. Rob, that is perfect. Thank you. That was my sticking point. I love my Mac. Sorry. Don't be sorry. I think Macs are great. It's just one of those things you have to work around things, and I got to work around things that are non-Mac related. It's just one of those deals, and I know everybody likes to kind of reach over and make fun of people that aren't on the same ecosystem, but we're all just trying to get things done, and I don't want people stuck. And
yeah, we all don't like the same thing, and that would be boring. So.
It would actually be boring, and quite honestly, if there was a world where I could afford the differences, I would probably use a Mac for certain things and over here, but it just doesn't work for me right now. And for other people, they just love the Mac, and you know what? I'm not going to argue with them. How far about?
Yeah. They like.
Look at this. Comes in here, starts whipping around with Tommy, his little best friend. I'm really behind because you weren't here, Philly, at the beginning, Paul. I started streaming to nobody for about 5 minutes, and it took a while for people to tell me, and I was really embarrassed. No, I didn't hit go live, so we did a reboot. 15 minutes, and they started. I'm just taking. You know what? I'm going to accept it. That's fine. I don't really have a problem with it. Oh, so this is cool. Lala says I finally got the Rode Wireless Go 2.
Oh, nice.
She's going to have questions about it.
Yeah, that dropped about $20. I saw that just dropped. To $278. I saw from $299. I bought it a while ago. So
you like it?
I absolutely love it.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Lala because I think what she does, I think that could be a really, really cool tool for her. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Melissa says yes. Real Talk with Melissa says yes. Lots of add-ons for Mac. Yep. Yeah. But so worth it. Get into it. Get creative. Get your stuff going. Whatever it takes. I'm buying stuff left and right, trying to make things happen. So the last thing I'm going to do is tell people, don't go buy a hub or whatever for a Mac. It sounds about right. We're about 15 minutes behind. I need to guess. I got an idea, but I don't want to Yeah, you take your time. You'll be fine. He's going to go fine tune. He's probably going to warm up his Wave XLR. Come on, we should invite him on. He can give us some burp noises or something. Is it uncomfortable sleeping with that tinfoil hat on, John? For all your wariness of the
No, it keeps them. It really moisturizes the scalp.
It's a trick that the bearded community uses for their beard too. At night, they put
it grows the beard
butter.
faster.
They put butter. Yeah, but they put butter on their beard and they put tinfoil.
Grass-fed butter,
churned by hand. But you got to close your eyes. You can't watch yourself churn it. And then when it's ready, you put it on the beard, and then they put tinfoil, and then you go to sleep, and then magically in the morning, all your hair falls out.
It all works out.
Jebediah. I couldn't help it. Jebediah Ryan.
Yeah, I said it at work. I was telling everybody, I was like, this beard is making me look Amish practically.
It is. Did you park your horse out front, by the way? Because I don't have a permit.
Right. My horse is double parked.
Yeah, it's that time of year where you can't put your horses on the right side of the road. So I hope it's on the other side or we're going to have a problem. If it poops on this side of my street,
a Tennessee Walker.
We're going to get a fine. So how you doing, Patrick? Nice to see you. Jebediah Ryan in the house.
Hi,
because nobody knows more about ISOs and capture cards than Jebediah, the Amish dude.
We don't watch TV, but we stream. We definitely stream.
You don't even have phones, so how is that going to work out? Jim, nice to see you, Jim. How you doing, sir? I forget what state you're in. Let us know. I'm actually curious where you're from.
Jim Boswell.
I know
he's
you
in
told
Pennsylvania.
us. That's right, because that came up as another Pennsylvania area.
Oh my God, Jim, you're gonna laugh. I got a quick story for Jim.
Go for it.
So I wanted to tell you this, JA, too. So I was in the work gym, right? And I tried to bench press 275 pounds. I didn't barely warm up, but I did not touch a weight. I haven't touched a weight in like 6 years. So like 5 or 6 years ago, I bench pressed 315 pounds and I couldn't bench press 275. So I am weak as a normal human being and I have to change. I have to change things. So that is going to be changing.
And it's funny because when you go, I've noticed when I've laid off kind of like that, you're like, oh, I can still, for the first 4, pretty good. You feel strong, and then it starts to die quick, and then the next day you're in a traction.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always
That's
fun.
how I feel right now.
Yeah, it comes, and then you're mad. You're like, why did I lay off so long? So I just actually started running after my little
Why did I lay off
problem,
20 years?
Yeah, 20 years is a long time. Maybe do some squats in the morning, some air squats or something.
No way.
No way. Okay, don't do that then. Don't help yourself. Yes, sorry, Doc. I have the doc with all the tinkles.
Wow.
I'm sure that's a
She's got the tinkles?
Yeah, sometimes you get the tinkles with the docs.
I had the tinkles once or twice.
Sometimes I get things and I'm really excited about it. Like I have a Cocker Spaniel, and when he gets really excited, he would like pee. That's kind of what happens to me. I get a little Amazon package at the door, and if I get too excited about this new toy, it could be a change of pants time. So anyway.
Let me think about it.
You like that tech work? # tinkles.
Tinkles. Tinkles in the house. Tinkles
Yeah. What's a Ayni? Yeah, we're getting to that. We're going to do that right now because I'm so behind. I need to get on.
Yeah.
So, so, John, it's good to see you, sir. I know you've been busy at it. I'm going to get back. I know I'm behind a little bit. I know there's a couple of people walked in here like JH. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Handshake.
What's going on?
And of course, Jim. I'll get back to your statements. I apologize for being a little behind, but you know what? We're just going to cover this quick because it was in my thumbnail. So there are some new people here, and if you're new to the stream, John and I early on in our streams. By the way, John, I started adding not to our Notion. I don't know if you noticed, but I added some more columns, and I added our duration of all of our streams to all of our streams now. So I added that up because I wanted to see, and we're pushing a lot of hour streams since May.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun. So I've added that, and it calculates all the hours and minutes, and it calculates it, so it's fun to look at. A lot of hours, just because I think it's good to see what's happening. But on that note, early on, we kind of made a joke about being stream buddies. It was kind of a playoff. Oh, we're all here with our chat with stream buddies, and we've kind of taken that and embraced the stream bud idea that we're all here, all for one, and that sort of precipitated a lot of this in our community. I really believe in that. And last week we talked about assets. for creativity in mine is clearly that I feel like I've been fortunate enough to meet John, and since April, John and others in the community who have really just done nothing but help barn raise me, and that kind of led a lot to the name. So of our little piñata, kind of a pseudo unofficial mascot, which by the way came from France. It was made by an artisan in France. It was our good stream bud here, Roxanne Chow, who actually watches the stream up to like 5 in the morning, and hooked us up with this artisan in France who made this specific. It was for Halloween. It's a beautiful piece of work, and it really it kind of hit me here. And I know John too. It meant a lot, and just kind of represented. And for those who are new, the joke is the llama, because I was a llama farmer coming out of the college. For about 12 years, I owned llamas. I went to South America a few times in the Andes and picked out llamas and alpacas to bring back. So I have a relationship with that. I just want to clear that up with some of the new people. So there's a little bit of that thing. That's the tie-in.
But the thing was, it was like an act of friendship to our community, and it was kind, and it definitely represents what type of people that we have here, and we're proud to have, by the way. So
very proud. And it's, we talked about the community when we're talking about our show afterwards, and we do a little bit of round up after the show. We always come back to we want people, but we want quality, not quantity, in the chat, and we feel we've hit that a lot. Like we feel like we really got that. We're really finding our tribe. And what meant a lot to us is we'd walk out of streams going, God, I didn't know that. Somebody brought something to our attention, and we realized how much we were learning. Again, big deal. So the name thing. So I've been sitting on this for almost a couple months going, I don't know. I mean, it'd be easy to call it Jim or, Pedro or some throw out, but I like to have reasonings behind things. I like stories behind things. I like personality. I don't know. It's just the way I am. It's weird, probably, but I like it. So we finally did some research, myself, Roxanne. We kind of went around, looked around based on that criteria of what we're about. And we settled, and she really helped me out here, but we eventually settled on the name. I'm going to put this up here for everybody to see, but, it's Ayni. So I pronounced Ayni, your eyeball and your knee. That was my way of being able to remember how to pronounce
smack you right in the Ayni.
Ayni, right. And so this is kind of a heady concept, actually. So there's a language that comes and a practice and concepts that come from Peruvian Andes, and Ayni comes from that. It can be a noun or a verb, depending on how you want to use it. And it seems like it's a very pliable concept in a way. And two of the concepts that I pulled out are written here, and that would be, I'm going to blow this up because I think it's just easier to see maybe. The concept of reciprocity or mutualism among people of the Andean mountain community. So obviously it's a very tough life. I visited there. It is really tough as far as growing food or building any kind of shelter or doing any way of existing. And so the community there is very much a part of, we are going to help each other along on this journey, so to speak. And it's the only way they really can survive, and they have for a very long time in very rough conditions. And it's a very, at the end of the day, a very joyous community. The second one that hit me was the noun the noun version of it, which is the exchange of energy between humans, nature, and the universe. And this one really strikes me. And so let's just what does that mean? So let's just take example. I know Wiki kind of threw this out too. The issue of a human and a tree. So a human waters a tree, and a tree gives back with shade and shelter and soil, soil management and all these things, and then humans can eat things from trees, and so they give back carbon dioxide to the trees and help grow. There's a reciprocity that goes on back and forth between these two entities. They kind of need each other, and they're better for having each other. And so that's kind of the way I feel with our community. That it's fine if we go out there and we tell you that about a USB hub. But the truth of it is, we also learn by teaching, but we also learn, let's take, for example, what we're talking about tonight with Secondhand Rose, trying to figure out how to deal with this issue with the Mac. This is a group barn raising. And so those are the concepts that are very similar. If you want to just break it down here, would be barn raising or quilting bees. They call them just bees, and quilting bees was the first one that came to mind, right? So many hands are getting in there to help somebody do a quilt, then we'll do a quilt for somebody else. And if you have 20 people doing a quilting bee or raising a barn, it's going to go a lot faster. I don't know if you've ever raised a barn, Jebediah, but it's certainly easier if you do it with a bunch of hands. Usually there's a host. A host family needs that up. They serve the food and everything, and then everybody comes in, and then obviously they move down the line, and then they become the people that go help, and they're hosted. So that's how I feel here. Sometimes we're hosted. Sometimes somebody else provides the goodness and the energy, and then we put it back in helping them. And so I think that's the best way to look at live streaming in communities is sometimes you're going to be the person who needs that help barn raising, and sometimes you're the one pulling on the rope. And that's how I feel about this. And that's really, Ayni really encapsulates that idea and that concept. And so for me, I'm just very happy to find something that I feel really honors what you and I believe in so much. We don't lip service that as something we actually believe in. And so it's just, look, it's nothing and nothing, but it's fun and it means a lot to us. And I think it's important to talk about. So I just wanted to officially let you know that Ayni is now in not the house, but the barn.
In the house.
Don't poop. Okay, I don't want to pick up the poop. So that's Ayni.
I like the word here, the sentence, the exchange of energy between humans, nature, and the universe. I mean, that's pretty much what you said, is that we tend to have some great dynamics in here, and we exchange a lot of positive energy. And if it's not just about talking about the technical things, be it productivity or the outer tech of the actual tech, right? Then it's us discussing about how to wrap your brain around some of the stuff that we're fighting against with succeeding in our YouTube channel and streaming. So it's not just so simplistic that we just come in here and talk about the tech. It's a place where we can have that energy come in, and I really think we can carry it to the next level by supporting each other, because these are the types of things that when you give to the people that you feel you can trust, then when everybody feels that they can give, everyone gets much more out of it also. So if you walk into something where you see that people can't give of themselves, usually those are the people that don't walk away with understanding everything that's going on in there. And that's why, if some of you people noticed months ago, I had said to Jeff that I needed to start opening myself up and feel a little bit more secure with seeing where things go with being me, and not be afraid, not of being myself, but just I don't know. I just didn't want to. I just felt different. I just wasn't going to worry about anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I just want to be a part of the party, whether it's this or that, and that includes the success. Yeah. And part of that, sometimes you got to put the lampshade head on. Sometimes you just gotta, like, we're all like so afraid to dance. I think your thing is, I just want to participate in a way, and I want to enjoy the steps that I take, because I don't want to bulldog. So many people are like, I'm just gonna bulldog my way through it. You can do it. I just don't think it's a lot of fun. And to your point, the people that really give out the energy here, I'm not talking about not pure altruism, which is really at the expense of self in a way. So that's almost too far. I think there's more of a balance in that, and that just give a little bit. I'll give you a case in point, and I'll get on the chat here in a second. I appreciate you guys' patience. So me thinking that the biggest asset or advantage I have really at this moment in the process is community. It is, because when I got started, I knew so little, but people like Brian and yourself and I can go on. Those were two key components, but there been so many people along the way that gave me all these little tidbits through the networking that if I had just tried to do everything on my own, even through YouTube videos, would have been so slow and mess and overwhelming. There's just something about that. But bigger than that, besides sharing skill without asking for any. Nobody said, here's how you do this, and said, now pay me, or I expect something back. That was never the energy that was given. But bigger than that is just the shared experience that we're all going through this together. And so someone can virtually pat you on the back and say, I hear you. Maybe you need a nudge, or maybe you just need to be, sometimes you need to be pushed a little nice. Sometimes you need to be pulled, but those people understand it. If you go to my family and friends and I try to tell them, I'm just having a hard time, trying to get through this phase of YouTube, they're like, I have nothing for you. I don't know what you're talking about. So
I don't even know if anybody knows what I do.
I know. So, at the end of the day, it's just better served to have people. I know that's long-winded, but I think it's important to get out there. And I know other channels talk about it, and that's cool. They should talk about it. But this is something we talked about from the beginning. We're going to lean more into the Stream Buds idea as a group, as a shared experience. Go ahead, because I believe in that.
I just want to say, it's hard for me to explain what I was trying to say before, because Jeff kind of knows, but I don't fully know how to say it. And it's like when I came into this, I had an idea of what I wanted to achieve, and I saw myself achieving those things. When Jeff and I had discussions months back, we knew where we kind of wanted to be, and we were making the plan to get there, right? So I didn't go buy someone's book and read about it. I didn't go and do all these things and meet up with somebody and try to figure it out. I mean, everybody has their own way, but the truth of the matter is a lot of this information is on YouTube, and a lot of these talented creators give you this information. It's not magic information. It's not genius. What it is downright simple, but it takes a lot of work.
Yes.
Right? Because when we talk about content is king, and then thumbnails, and then learning how to make a video and edit that's a lot of time consumed in learning how to do those things. But those things are what make you successful. And then if you try to fake it along the way, it doesn't work out to your benefit in a lot of ways.
Right.
But I just see I didn't want to do anything else anybody else was doing. I wanted to do what I wanted to do and see if it would work, and it did. And so when other people try to figure this whole plan out, it ends up being just hard work, Jeff. It's hard work to get there, unless you have this outside plan. I would love, if I had the time, to take and develop a channel based off of trends,
right,
where I didn't have to worry about what we do and grouping into specific people, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, I would trend set what is going on, what is popular, get ahead of those trends all the time, which that information is out there, ride those waves. And I wonder how much faster I could have a successful channel. But I won't like what it is, because that's just not me.
Well,
but I would love to try that.
The problem with that is that people find it can work, obviously, but
will work.
You're chasing clouds. So it's not your passion really all the time. So that means you're chasing a trend. Now, a trend can be anything. So that's not necessarily something you will enjoy. So the question is, do you enjoy that? Now, some people may enjoy doing that. I'm going to burn through quite a bit of these, catch up, because it was really nice for you all to sit and listen to everything. Jim, I've seen these animals in my area, and the alpacas, they do bite people. Look, I was around 300 llamas and alpacas. I think I've been bit once or twice my whole time, and it was because I was trying to do something physically, medically to them. The only time I've seen them bite is they've been abused. They're not those kind of animals. They're not animals that bite to bite. They've been abused. People go, they take them to pet riding things. I've seen this. It incenses me. They have kids ride those things all day long, and they're not getting water. They're pulled on the hairs, and then they nip at somebody, and they're like, "Oh, you bit." Well, yeah, you're abusing the animal. But they are not. That's not the creature by nature. So I just want to make sure people don't get the wrong impression. But yeah, they can't. I mean, any animal can bite if they feel like they're put into a corner. It's all they have for defense, to be honest with you. Bad connection. Rodrigo says, I'll finally try to sleep earlier, but I'll stick around as much as possible. Just saying hi is awesome. Nice to see you. Hope you're well, sir. I sent you. Okay. Well, we'll see that, John. That's good. Interesting on Ayni. Yeah. Thank you. I'm really happy with the name. I'm really happy with what it means for this and everybody. Brian says, so we can't beat the channel mascot with a stick and get candy. You did ask if there was candy in there. There was not candy in there. Don't think I didn't shake it when it got here. I did shake it, and I went, I wonder if there's really candy in here. Do I cut it out if there is, or what do I do with it? Stinky Puddle says, I love the name and its meaning. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to get that positive feedback. I'm a paralysis by analysis person. John knows that. And so even a name for an inanimate object will throw me into a pardon the pun, puddle. And so it means a lot that it resonates.
A puddle.
Oh, you get that? Hey, Brian. It's a cute mascot, though. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jim says, if they till too much soil or erode away on those, it's very true. Yeah, it's a little. I gotta say, it's really scary where these people live. Been there, and I'm glad I live here near the Great Lakes. Yeah, there's some words that are very close to this, Patrick. So in my research, and a lot of times it's spelled like just a little bit different. This could be AINI as well, or if you go ANYI, that could be the word you're looking at, maybe. But I did run into that as well. So it's really cool. That's good to know, by the way. And quite honestly, awesome. That's good to know because it's a perfect word for the community too. So, we got that going. Man, I hate when the chat jumps in the chat stream. It just like this. Love it. Great representation. Well, Ken, yep. I know community is real important to Ken, and I think he's very much shares the same values that we have on that. So I appreciate you saying something that means a lot.
He has
Zan,
experience building.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So just saying, that's really cool. Zan, I hope you're well, sir. Nice to see you.
What up,
I'm
Zan?
sure it's got to be past his dinner time, although nowadays I don't know what his ring-a-ling-ding time is. Zan the man. Here we go. I think she was throwing out the, AINI, basically, in there. So this I love you. That's very cool. That would be really neat to have this written in a symbol format for this, but I can maybe go look for some hieroglyphics down in the Andes. Maybe I'll just put on my...
Jeff's going to get a tattoo bumper sticker.
Bathing season's going to be really uncomfortable.
From a weekend of craziness.
I'm going to have Ayni on my backside.
A lower back.
My lower back, and I'm going to go to your house and stay for a week. Put up a little kiddie pool out in the front of your yard. I'm going to go out there in a very French thong, and I'm going to make the neighbors talk. That's hilarious.
They talk already.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. You're not alone, Jim. If my computer's working, I've had some rough tech stuff. So, thank you. The concept, I think the concept for especially young tubers, or when I say young tubers, I'm talking about people new to tubing, because that's what we're saying now, right? Tubing. I think if you're new to this, the best thing you can do is find a way to get into a community of somehow. Find a community that speaks to you. Find a channel that has a good community. There are lots of them out there. We got into a particular groups, ourselves, and we've met a lot of people from that group who shared a lot of really wonderful skill and a lot of that humanitarian skill sets that really helped. And so that's my first throw to that is don't underestimate the power of having a few people around you that can really, let's dance. Big fan of that. But don't sing it, John, because
the key to that community is empowering yourself to draw people with the like values. That becomes the hardest part of the work.
It's true, though. I mean, I don't think people know that going in. Rodrigo says we can tell how much open John is by his aperture, closed to full openness. Yep. You when we met you, your aperture was so tight. You weren't letting anything in.
It was closed, yeah.
Yeah, you were closed off,
it was
right?
like
and now you're just... It's
F22.
Now it's like a pipeline of just big...
Now I'm F1.4.
You're just letting it all in. I respect it.
That's it.
Thank you for hitting like. Absolutely. You guys are wonderful.
I catch you.
Yeah. There's just going to be a lot of people who get what you said, and it's going to resonate. about all that. So I just want to put that up there.
I don't think until you live it you'll understand it. But
it's like that's why you're not going to sit here and tell. You're not going to be at Thanksgiving dinner reaching across to your Uncle Jimmy and saying, trying to relate to him about this stuff. He's not going to get it.
No.
And you're right.
No, but this community will, and if they want to listen to it, you'll have all these things that you'll have pointers of seeing, because I'm going through it right now. And so
yes,
I think your own intuition usually tells you the right thing, and people just need to learn to listen to it.
Yeah, I've had to, you've hit me on that one a couple of times. And it's something I'm more and more relying on my intuition. And to your point, I think it's paid off dividends for me. Darlene, how are you doing? You're just up the road, so you got the snow with me a couple days ago. It warmed up today, so it's nice we got that going for us. But it was so cold yesterday. Oh my God. Dr. Rob, as a tech, what do you think about the Shure SM7B? I have a friend selling one. Is it worth it? How much is that friend selling it?
How much is he selling it for?
I'm going to assume that Dr. Rob already has a cloud lifter, but because you're probably going to want that. The Wave XLR will handle it, but it's going to be a little underpowered. You're going to be max gained, I think, on the SM7B on that Wave XLR, right?
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could just get any kind of booster. I don't know.
This is what I would pay for one right now, because I know pretty much what's a good deal. But I would be willing to pay $250 for one. I wouldn't pay more, especially right this second. It's just crazy. I know this stuff, right? But right this second, they're on sale, so you can get the Shure SM7B brand new for I believe $359 right now.
Yeah, I think $250 is my max too. We got these mics for $180, and there was a lot, and I actually like this better for our voices. Ken is right. The SM7B is just time tested. I mean, come on. I love that on my voice, although after a while I felt it was too woolly no matter what. And so I found this is the best mix for me. But man, if you could find it for $250, wrestle it out of their hands and run. Lala says, that's great.
I could have found it for $250. I passed it up.
That's not where I'm going to spend my money right now. I'm happy with my mics right now. And I think the next thing is to grab some of my condenser mics and go live with the VST3 plugins and Wave. I'm going to tell you what, just the NS1 noise suppression plugin alone, which you can get as a standalone for $30. Probably they do Black Fridays on those, by the way. That plugin is just so dreamy. If you need noise suppression and you have an ability to use VST3 on either a live setup or on something like DaVinci or some other type of DAW, I'm telling you, NS1 would be the one plugin I would have around. But I'm going to try to do that, go live with some fans and see how well we can sound on a cheap condenser mic with that. So Jim says, I am Christmas tree farmer that tills soil. I know all about, yeah, the trees really tear out soil and really eat up the nutrients. So do you have to, Jim, how much rotation do you have to do? Like, do you have to plant and then leave that soil for a while, or what kind of regen do you have on these areas? I'm actually very curious about that. He's so right, though. And our Christmas tree is just going to be very expensive and short supply, because I hear they are. But let me know your thoughts, because if you're in the mix, I'm curious to know. John says, my wife is Japanese. She says Ayni in Japanese means men with beards. Live stream. Yeah. Like, Ayni, they're on again. I think that's how you would use it. It's like, oh no. But you have to say it in Japanese or something. Yeah, I can see it now.
My stepmom's Japanese.
Is it? Oh, that's right. She is. We could ask her. We should do an interview with her and see what she thinks.
She's in Japan too right now.
Is she really? What's the quarantine like over there? What's the COVID issue? How are they doing over there? Do you know?
Most of the countries are pretty much like what you have to do is you have to come back and quarantine for.
I just meant as a country.
10 days. 10 days.
Because I saw Germany's going crazy again. Our quarantine. Yeah, John, over quarantine, a lot of apertures got me. That's true. On the backside apertures, not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, got that. I would get the same kind of mic Frank Sinatra used. I would get that mic as long as I could also cut out and have his vocals. I saw him singing on an old Johnny Carson from like 1972 recently. I love old interview shows like Dick Cavett, Johnny Carson. I just love it. And the way they had conversations and what they talked about and how they handle themselves. And I just like the way the host interviews. But that dude got up with no monitor and a crazy faraway condenser mic, a big band. Now, if you ever had to sing, you know where I'm going with this, and knocked out a tune without missing a note that was so amazing. I'm just, the way people had to sing and those are some true vocalists back then. That guy was serious. I mean, I was so blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rodrigo says, I came to the realization that the biggest value you guys bring is related to live experience. Your walk of life is relatable, even if we've never met farm llamas you don't have to, because I think we all have shared experiences through this process that just connects, right? So it makes it sort of easy because we're all going through those things. And it's amazing. It's not like we're going to war. I don't want to be so dramatic, but I mean, we're sharing some of these, let's call it the battles. Like there are battles to this. There's battles inside us. There's battles of fear. There's battles of tech. And when you battle them together with people, you have a little bit of like wink. I get you, you know. What you saying, John?
I think that's the most he sees, but I don't think that is the biggest value. So,
well, but this is where
I'll take that as a compliment, though.
It is a compliment.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is where he sees us, and it's a Rorschach test. So if you're consuming a lot of our lives and you're taking that away, I'm glad that's what he's taking away. If he was, say, really mixed up into like, I really love your recorded videos and that's where I gain the most, then I would suspect that that's where he would drop that comment. But I really appreciate that because you're here all the time, and I really appreciate you dropping that comment that has value to you, and I really can see what you're talking about there.
Right.
Oh boy, Jim. Yeah, the human voice is the hardest thing for a loudspeaker to getting that pitch right. Yeah, the frequency response, Jims, of all these different mics too. This is why people tell you find a mic that matches your voice first and go from there. I know people are like, oh, just get that mic and then throw a bunch of EQ on it. Sure, you're trying to fix something though that's broken for you out of the box. So. That's fine. It can be done, and there are really good ways of doing that. But I say find a mic that sets your tone better right out of the box. You saying, John?
I was just saying, and like when we talk about mics for singing and mics for speaking and mics for, playing instruments, they're all different based off of actually to your room settings. Are you in a treated room, an untreated room? So there's a lot of different ways that different mics are better in different situations. So that's
the reason why if you're going to be a sound engineer or company or a studio, you're going to have a million mics. I mean, drum mics alone are obnoxious. I mean, you have your go-tos, but you start getting the vocal mics. I mean, if you go back and if we know the story about Michael Jackson was really one of the first ones who just plowed through as a vocalist with the SM7B, and why he did it and how he turned that into what it really, kind of is now today, and that sexy effect of it. But yeah, I mean, it's
vocal
you gotta have a
mics
lot of
treated,
tools. Yeah.
Well, they sometimes they'll bring in like 20 mics and whatever sounds best for the individual.
I have sat and bored out of my mind watching vocalists go through mic after mic after mic until they find it for the voice. It's such a weird thing, or even for the system itself, because the ears of the sound engineer has a bias, and the room itself has a bias. That's why live sound is so hard doing on tour, because every venue has its own voice, its own nagging issues that they have to weed out. So that's why sound checks are 4 hours of squeak. It's annoying. I hate it. I really do. I don't miss that. As far as the trees go, Jim says it takes 8 to 12. Wow, 8 to 12 years, depending on what height they're sold at. I use horse manure instead of chemical fertilizer. Good on you. I appreciate that.
Nice.
It's good information. Llamas remind me of the push me pull. Yeah, absolutely, Dr. Doolittle. I remember as a kid, it freaked me out.
Oh yeah.
Like what is this animal and how does it poop? No one answered. How does it poop? Okay, it's got 2 bodies pulling itself, and someone had asked a question, and I was like 4 years old, so I think it's okay if I ask that, but I'm still asking the question. Yeah, so prices are at the highest ever. I've raised prices from 8 per foot to 10 because of because of the fuel prices. Some places are charging 13. Yeah, I've just seen that like Costco is going to have a huge shortage. There's a place here we cut it down. It's going to be interesting. We go cut them down every year or whatever, and it's just I can imagine the prices, they're going to be limited. Just the way it is. So maybe this year I'm going to have a Charlie Brown tree or something like that. Or I'll get.
That's another thing that we were talking about too was, I don't know if you've seen it. I think we talked about it, is that every time we go looking for I'm keeping my eye out for Black Friday stuff, but as I'm looking also, I'm noticing a lot of things are quite a bit more expensive in general.
Oh, right now, just calculated your dollar value for food. At this point last year, I believe, you're buying.
I'm talking about tech stuff.
Well, tech, yeah. So food is 20% less, but I bet you tech is. It's got to be hard with tech because it's such a there's so many different animals with tech, but you're definitely paying more. There's no doubt about it, right? Giga Art's in the house now. Giga, how you doing?
Hi.
Oh, now.
Hi, Gigi.
So Gigi did our thumbnail, the new thumbnail for this weekend's.
That's what the rumor is. That's what the rumor is for right. Mommy Lala.
You let us know if we got that wrong, but there's going to be a thumbnail with John and I and getting ready for this craft marathon that you and I are going to do. That I feel like there's going to be bloodshed. Like I'm going to cut something and it's going to end really awful. And yet it's going to be a lot of fun. Experiences everything.
I can't stop thinking about setting my camera up correctly.
I know. I'm worried about that too.
I have to get my overhead done.
I know. That's why I was kind of messing with this, and I was so worried because I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to get another. I'm like putting my hand like you can see it. I'll figure it out. I've got backup webcams if I have to, but it'll work out.
Think you're Gerald Undone?
What does that mean? What are you saying?
I don't know. A couple of his videos lately, he's like touching something else or pointing to it. He's like, I'm pointing to it, but it's not even what I'm talking about. He's like, I'm talking about the one up here.
He's so not into it. He's like, I'm pointing to something. I love that attitude, though. Yeah.
If you haven't watched Gerald Undone, he is
great.
Awesome. He's
one of my favorites.
One of our favorite guys to watch.
Absolutely. I just wish I could afford to try every month. Yeah, that's the problem. They're not cheap. Now, I know with cameras you can rent them and this and that. I'm fortunate I have a friend who has a studio, so I can kind of beg off here and there. But even then, it's like I don't want to spend time going down every mic. I just want one that works for me. But you're right, it is rough to find one. They're just not cheap one-offs. You know what I mean? And it's not something you want to put all your money into. Recording studios, Jim says, do a lot of playback with small full-range dryers to get the right sound or most of the average speakers on the market. Dryers, full-range dryers.
Drivers.
Oh, thank you.
Drivers.
I was going to try it, but I put my head to it. Yeah. Look, they got the money. They can make up for a lot of things, but you're still better off with better in, better out, right? Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. I'm excited because probably what's going to happen is I'm going to look an awful lot like my wife come Saturday morning. I'll put my wife in here as like a stand-in. She's such a crafty person. No, I better not do that. And Benny's here, just clocked into Lurk, feeling liquor-lurkish. I know that's not how to pronounce it. I know that's not how to pronounce it, but that's how it's going to go down because I don't really care. I can't say
what up, Vince? Tough
words like that. Yeah, I see there's a lot of... We're still on the... Look, that Christmas tree information actually get around... I just want to read this. I get around 150 cubic yards of 4... Oh, that's a lot of manure, bro. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of manure. Don't roll in it. Yeah, he meant drivers. So that's my Ayni. I'm excited that we finally have a name. And then for those who walked in late,
cool.
I was trying to put up. I'm just going to put it up there for those. That's not my intro. I've had a little bit of a tech night, so we're just going to feel bad for Jeffrey. And here we go. That's what I was trying to have. That's what I wanted to put up. Just having a good time with everything. And we have, I think this is the one right here.
That's an actual picture, right?
Yes. So this is our Ayni right here. This was their intro that I meant to do earlier tonight, but there was a little bit of a problem. And she was shy. He's shy. We don't know. It's neutral. It, the, what, they, whatever. What do you want to call it? Doesn't matter to me. But our little stream buddy was shy, and so we had to kind of redo it. But I had a lot of fun doing it. I actually had a lot of fun researching, and I think that's the other thing, because I really enjoy talking about community and reciprocity, which is not an easy word to say, mutualism.
Right.
That I think going and looking at other cultures, we always talk about the Amish because it's an easy one for us. We know about it, or quilting bees. But there are a lot of different communities who have this around the world, obviously, and it's nice to go and look at how they do it, what's their twist. There's always a twist to it. Then there's the question of some of these efforts have a little expectations. I do this, I should expect in return. I suppose innately, as you're a part of the community, that is an expectation. But for this, I kind of went, I do because I want to do. And my only expectation is I think putting out good energy will get me good energy down the road. And that has seemed to be the case with this overall community. I've never been lacking for people willing to step up. If I've ever put out there that I needed some help, or you needed some help, or any of our people needed help. And I think that's what's so great about it. Yeah, Vinny. What's Vinny up to? What is that? Oh, the sugar maker. Yeah. So we got some syrup people in the house. I thought of you guys because I opened up a new local syrup bottle today that I bought, and I thought this probably took about 15 trees and 10 hours to make this little bottle. Hey, I got a question for you, syrup makers. Maybe you know this, John. So those small bottles of syrup, you buy them, right? And they have a little label on them, blah blah blah. But they always have that little. It looks like a handle, but it's more of a round thing that you can't really use to pour. It's a joke. I mean, maybe if you were a little wee one, a little leprechaun. But I mean, does that have another use? Is that something that you're supposed to, like, in the old days it would be tethered to you or to the tree? Or what is the purpose of that little hook? Because it's clearly not a handle.
that little heel, right?
It's like a
on
loop.
the back side.
It's just, so you
right.
got the bottle. And then it's
I
just,
feel like it looks like you would run like something through there and you would carry it like that. That's what it does look like.
So that's what I think.
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, maybe back in the day they weren't using like glass bottles, and they're just emulating that. But maybe they're not. I'm just curious if that's something, or it's a shipping thing, or it's just what it is for people. Maybe it tastes better because it has one of those. So let us know. I'd like to know. Yeah, I got to tell you what. Farming life is tough, and I did it for a long time. And all that stuff is backbreaking. I think that's part of my back problems these days. Yeah. Is that yellow animal next to John a dromedary? Oh, so you're talking about in here? He's talking about, here we go. No. But it does look like a camel. It looks like a hybrid. I will acknowledge that at first I was like, is that a llama? No, it's not a dromedary. In fact, a dromedary wouldn't have much hair. That would be more of a Bactrian look, because it would have the Star Wars looking mega wool, two humpers. Those are the ones like out of Russia that have all that fiber. They would have that. But that, I think they meant that to be a llama, but I don't know why. I just like the fact that guy is just about ready to lick John on the back of the neck. I thought that'd be kind of fun. Sorry, John. You're going to get a little bebopped by that crazy guy behind you. I don't have a name for that one. Maybe we'll come up with a name. Jebediah, the crazy looking camel llama. We could put a beard on him, like a little Amish beard, like you have. Throw some glasses on already.
It is Amish, though.
I know it is. It's kind of crazy. Here we go. Little loop. It's a vestigial feature from old bottles, totally useless like an appendix. I thought so. Mm-hmm. It had a thing probably to hang, like you said, and they just carried it over as romanticism or sentimentality. Like, here's a bottle, looks just like the old days, and it's not. It's a bunch of.
That's what I figured.
A bunch of people who used to be accountants, and now they have a syrup farm out in the middle of nowhere. And they're like, here you go. Looks like two old Amish people did it. Yeah, it just looks like an old jug. That's all it is. Okay.
Get a lot of people.
I love it.
We have a lot of people for Thanksgiving. Are they going to be traveling to another state to visit their family? Put it in the comments if you're going to be traveling somewhere.
I kind of asked it earlier about
home.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I kind of asked earlier, like, what is the vibe this year? I feel like people are going to do a little bit more outreach, a little more expansion. I don't really care about politics of it, but I'm just curious, like, if people are they're doing that or not, if they're going to see more family this year. I hope so. I'd like to see people connect a little bit. You're not, you said? Why? Just cause?
Well, state-wise, you're not supposed to here, so.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's a thing. I don't know. Here, I don't know. It's probably frowned upon, but nobody.
It doesn't really matter to us because we're going to my in-laws, and so that's about a 2-hour drive tops, and then I'll be coming back because I'm going to stream on Friday morning probably, and probably going to be streaming between 10 and 12 on Friday.
This Black Friday deal day. Are we going to sit around and read the flyers? That would be fun. Head down to Best Buy.
I'm going to stay on. I'm going to stay on, and every time some really good deal comes on, I'm going to hit buy it now.
John's just like there's no news, and I just see you like you got like we don't have newspapers anymore, but just go get a newspaper and just hang out, maybe play some tunes. Oh, you're like, all of a sudden you see a deal pop up on the alert, on old Twitter. You're like, hey man, run down to Best Buy. They got an HDMI capture card for $3 off. That'd be kind of all day. That's all we're gonna do all day.
Amazon up and us on the side, and just be like, this is a buy right here.
So Vinny's got some folks flying in, his parents flying on Sunday and hosting Turkey Day. Whew. Some people were like, "Oh, we didn't do it last year." Now it feels like it's like everything. You're like, "Oh, I'm out of practice. I don't know. I'm ready to have people and cook a full on turkey." Like you just kind of have done it. You're out of practice. Maybe run a practice run on the turkey. I'll eat it, no problem. So Ken says my friend and his family, owners of Chesapeake, I can't say the word, Chesapeake Beard Company. They're driving from Maryland. I wonder how far is Maryland from there?
Oh, okay.
What do you think? A couple hours?
I would say a solid. Oh, he's in Kentucky.
Oh,
so Maryland.
It's going to be more
Kentucky.
like 8 hours, 10 hours probably.
Yeah, I would say about 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
I would say 8 to. If he's in the middle of Kentucky, though, so 8 to 10 hours.
I know he's heading back to Wisconsin somewhere time soon, so he'll be in the same state as me soon.
Yeah, he said next year.
I remember driving through Paducah, Kentucky all the time. We would head down to Tennessee all the time, back and forth. And I remember we always stopped in Paducah. I always remember that name, Paducah, Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 hours or so, he said. So I'm going to, no matter what, though, especially if he moves up to Wisconsin next year, I'm going to have to make sure we make a drive up there.
Yeah.
For like a 4-day weekend, so this way we can do
that'd be fun. You got the whole
J.A. and Ken and maybe Dan C. bearded kind of thing or something.
There's a whole pocket of people in this little section, man. It's like
absolutely,
it's really kind of fun. Yeah, I'm kind of down too. Like I used to have a huge family, and now it seems like just time is whittled away. A lot of people moved away. And so I don't have as many. It's weird because when we were younger, we just had like endless families at our Thanksgivings, and of course now it's like, it's a lot. It's not just that they're not around. It's just people have different habits now. I think as society's changed a little bit, people are home. I noticed some of my family's become homebodies. I have too. So I'm trying to really force the narrative a little bit and say, let's all get together. It's kind of time is short. Let's get out there. Patrick Murphy. How you doing, Patrick? I don't know about the family thing, but I liked his butt. I want to see how the new Resident Evil comes out. T-Day.
There you go.
A lot of people are just like, you know what? It's
Hi,
cute.
Patrick.
It's nice to see you. It's nice that you want to come hang, but I got an all-day gaming session, so just yeah, it is 10 hours or so. I kind of figured it was. Everybody's coming to Melissa's house. No travel. See, that's the thing, though. Like, do you would you rather travel, go, and come home, be a guest and served in a way, or would you rather host and deal with all the hosting, the majority of the responsibility of guest? What do you have a preference? Chat and John, hosting or guesting?
I don't know if I'm gonna be really honest with you.
Oh no.
Because I work in Newark, New Jersey, and I physically see with my eyes through emails about how many positives are showing up all around me in my work. I always am nervous of meeting with a bunch of other people with the potential of carrying something through. So
and I hear you. I mean,
I get the emails every single day.
Yeah, so you're constantly getting, dripping of that.
I get emails.
And I just saw again, in this email news today, again, Vermont, which is the most vaccinated state, is seeing spikes. And so it's just now. Yes, it's fine. I know that they have less symptoms. I'm not getting in all that, but it's just unnerving. Like we're all unnerved when we see all these positives coming up, hitting close to home for different things. So I can see where you're like,
Are you? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the trend is at all. I'm saying all the positives, not around me, in my work. Like these are emails in my work. These aren't like emails around me. I'm in these areas every day.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So I'm exposed, and it's just a matter of.
I see what you're saying.
haven't had an issue, but
no, but I mean, it's a thought. It's a thought. It's really hard to put that out of our heads. So Ken says, I can't wait to move back to Wisconsin. Yeehaw! Are you going to be? You don't have to. Don't tell me where because you don't want to expose yourself. But are you going to be like middle of the state near Milwaukee? I guess now I'm just really I'm pinning you. What private DM?
Next block.
I'm like, don't tell me where you're going to be, but are you going to be in this zip code?
Are you going to be near a big lake?
Are you going to be near Indian Avenue and Ocean Street, 51st? Oh my God! Anywhere near Concordia and 30th and Milwaukee? Just let me know. Just give me what's your key code number. So yeah, I'm just curious. So yeah, you were near Paducah. Yep, Fort Campbell. I remember seeing that. Yeah, I think that's the correct way of spelling it. Yeah, it had that weird spelling. It was like the last way station for us. Dad's like, I'm not getting out in Illinois. So this between now and north side of Chicago, if you have to pee, now's it. Well, we're still 5 hours away from Chicago, but that was his rules. And I'm going to tell you what, he was serious about it. So you better buckle up. The man did not like to stop. I'm just telling you right now. What's up?
Nick H. What's up?
Nick H is in the stream.
Up?
How are you doing, sir? Yes. Hello, Nick H. Everybody give hello to a Nick.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, exactly.
So who's let's ask this once again.
Yeah, I just wanted to see. So Melissa said she likes to host. I mean, some people do like to host. Okay. Kenzie likes to host. Wow, I'm kind of shocked. To host. Okay. Brian, though, says, I'm a guest guy. I don't like flicking mashed potatoes on my own ceiling. So it's a childish thing. Got it. You know what, though? That's cool. It's cool. You're going to be Cousin Eddie. Got it. I love working from home. One less thing to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, Ken is hosting, too. We'd love to have everyone. Got it. Okay. So.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, really, Mugwanago? I actually lived in Waukesha for a while when I was a little bitty kid. You're very close to me. Okay, got it.
So both of those things will be very close to you?
They're very close, yeah. Very close. Yeah,
oh, cool.
Yeah,
So it's definitely a 2-in-1 trip then. That's great.
Yeah, it's very close. Cool. It's really close. So what is he saying? Soon we might be sharing a table with other people in Metaverse as a plan B. So I see Facebook is really starting to pound the Metaverse ads already and putting it out there. I mean, they need to because anything to get the Facebook thing out of people's head. But I don't know why you would lead with Metaverse. It already has a negative connotation. So fine, go for it. Do not answer invasive. Yeah. Well, he did. Yeah, okay. So here's my thing about the host thing. The advantage here is what you eat and how much you eat. You get to do all that. I do feel like you lose out. The only thing I don't like about it is I feel you do lose out on visiting if that's important to you. If you don't want to visit, you have an excuse. I gotta go check the pie. If you really want to visit with somebody you haven't seen in a while, sometimes because you're hosting and the responsibilities, it's a little hard to immerse, I find, in the conversation. So I think there's pros and cons to both of that, honestly. I go both ways. It's something nice about being a guest and with real guests, like people who are really good at being guests and the way that they treat you and you feel welcomed. It can feel cozy and just there's a feeling of being taken care of, like going home and having mom's cookies. Those cookies just taste better when you go home and mom cooks them and all that. Then you have the same recipe and you cook them at home. Watching a rerun of, I don't know, MASH. I don't know why I said MASH. It's just not the same. You know what I mean? The cookies are made the same.
I can't go wrong wherever I go just because my in-laws, my father-in-law is just a phenomenal cook. So the food is outstanding, like way above average.
See, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no joke.
But your wife's good.
It's better than like most restaurants that I ever go to.
That's the thing, but that's the danger. I'm lucky too. I can't think of anybody that I would have to go to that doesn't really cook well. Although the cook in the house here,
good cook,
is the best cook I've
My
ever
wife,
had is
good
living
cook.
with me. So I have that. So I can't really lose. So I'm a little spoiled that way, I suppose. Yeah, I can. I kind of tend to agree with this. I got Ready Player One is coming on, or The Matrix, or The Terminator, however you want to put it. But yeah, building the Oasis. Yeah, so that's going to be. I didn't like the movie. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I
heard them talking about it actually yesterday, but I didn't.
Check it out. It was
I don't
on
even know what
like
they're talking
it's
about.
free. Ready Player One. So it's the same thing where society is playing. Everybody's playing games, and there's the whole storyline. Real quick, is that the developer who created this game, and I may be butchering this, guys, but there are Easter eggs that people for generations, it seems like, poor people, because it's dystopian, are in this game playing and killing each other, trying to get to this Easter eggs that would unleash millions of dollars in ownership of the game, I believe. And so I think that's where that's at. And of course, it's always the two kids, they're the best players, and they meet up in the game, fall in love, and then they go after it. So it's something like that. It wasn't a bad movie. I don't know. Maybe it was just something. Maybe I was hit wrong that day. I just didn't really care. Yeah, I know. It's tough. I miss my mom too. It is hard for people who've lost people. Yeah, I lost my mom 15 years ago now, 16 years ago, and very young. And it is hard. Like, there's that moment of going to their house that was immediately taken away, and you're just like, you'd never get that back. And so I understand. There is that. That's tough. It is. I feel, and it's, people are affected by that. And just to let you know, we love you, and we're thinking of you, and we totally understand that. Yeah, I didn't read the book. I feel like I should read the book. I think I should give it a chance and read the book.
You better wait till next year.
Yeah, I think I don't have time to read the book right now.
Thank
you, John. Thank you, man. Thank you, John. Because John knows, you don't have. Dude, if I see you picking up a book right now, I will beat you with it. So just put the book down. You don't need it. That's true. Like, that's the thing that was cool about. You're right. What was really cool about it is all these old games that are referenced in it, and that's true. That was a pretty cool part. I just didn't give it a chance. Maybe I was just not in a good mood. Maybe Green Bay Packers lost, and I was in a bad mood or something. Jim, I'm gonna put it up there because it is real. My wife and I can't stand our family members that are still alive, so it's her and our son. You know what? At some point, and I've had some of these discussions, you got to draw your line, and good on you. I mean, if you're not happy, don't expose yourself. I mean, there's no point in suffering. Now, I've used this line on my wife. For example, going to weddings. I don't want to go to weddings. Why should I suffer and go to a wedding? You go to a wedding. I lose all the time on this argument. But I think for holiday, and your wife and you are on the same page, I say go for it. Absolute hugs. Hugs all around, Darlene, and to anybody who is feeling that loss. It is something you're not prepared for, and at any age, and it doesn't matter. It's all tough. Do the audiobook. Okay, I can't, man. I've got so much to do. No. Yeah, I got some thoughts on this. The new Ghostbusters movies does come out Thanksgiving weekend, and I've been going to the drive-in to see that. Saw the first one last year. Yeah, the drive-in. So I love that drive-ins now still exist because couldn't be better for a pandemic, and we have quite a few actually in the area yet. Did you like going to, first of all, before the pandemic, let me ask everybody here, it's going to change. Before the pandemic, I would rather still go to a movie theater. I understand. No, that doesn't mean I didn't relent and watch quite a few movies that I knew would be bad at home and not spend the money or time go out. But with a blockbuster, something to look like be a fun shared experience, do you still want to go? Like, this would be a movie where I'd be like, I want to go out with people who have the same nostalgia and stuff and go enjoy this movie with a bunch of boomers, and maybe their kids would enjoy some of the newness and the references. I don't know. Do you foresee yourself ever really wanting to go back to the movie theater and that experience, or is that just not going to happen for you ever, no matter? Let's just say the pandemic was completely done tomorrow, chat. Would you go back into the theater and go into a group setting to watch, or are we past that? What about you, John?
You asking me?
Yeah, I am asking you. I led with you.
Okay, no, you asked this last week to me, so I was wondering.
Movie theaters? I don't remember. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, and so
just drop a quick one. Then.
My answer was last week that I do look forward to going back to the movie theaters because it's just a whole different vibe, and especially what I said was I remember watching Rocky when I was 8 years old, right, and so my son absolutely would love at 10 years old to go back to the movie theater because it's just a great feeling. Because remember when you were 10 and you're like going to the movies, you were giddy. You're like the popcorn,
milk duds,
eat so much that I get sick. Yeah, exactly.
And the trailers, oh my God, just bring all the trailers on. I love the excitement of the trailers.
And they come out and it's like, shh.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it got darker. And it was like, oh my God, I can feel it. And it was like, zzz, zzz, zzz.
And then that kid behind you kicks your seat 25 times.
Yeah. Then my dad turned around and starts a fight. And I was like, we never saw the movie. No, I would love
just
that.
Good energy.
I would love to see a movie theater and cool movies through a kid's eyes again. I think that's a lot of fun. I think that's great that you have that. I would absolutely do it for my child more than anything, even if I didn't enjoy it, because I think what a moment that is. I love it. I think I would do it less, but I still want to do it. I want to go out and have a dinner before or after a movie, with my wife or some friends. And now they serve food in the theater, and they have the big loungers, and you can order your seats online. It's such an easy process. There's nobody bothering you. You have all that leg room, love seats. It's just a beautiful experience now. And then just to go and enjoy with other people. I think I do want to pick and choose and still go back to the theaters when that does happen. And as far as this movie goes, I love the Ghostbusters. I have such high hopes for it. I love Paul Rudd.
Supposed to be good.
It looks to me like, here's what I think. I don't want to be negative, but watching the trailers, I feel like they Stranger Things it. So if you know Stranger Things on Netflix, they just took that hot trend, made the kids the focal point now, because that's the cool thing. Only the kids know better. And, it was okay. Ghostbusters was great, and it had no kids in it. So I'm not against kids being a part of it. I'll still watch the Goonies, and the kids are the ones, there are times when it works. This feels like they're doing the Stranger Kid vibe, and it may work because I love Stranger Things, and I love Paul Rudd, so I'm worried about it. I think there's a couple characters from the original Ghostbusters. We know who they are: Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, who will drop in for about a few minutes. There's some callbacks, at least to this one, and so it feels a little bit more like a post or a sequel. So we'll see. I'm going to go in with a clear mind, and I would like to see it in a theater or a drive-in. So I'm kind of waiting on that. So let me know, Patrick, if you catch that, you probably catch it before I will. Let me know how that goes down. Jim, dogs are an issue. We have 2, and they're loving dogs, but that doesn't mean everybody else loves my dogs. So that's an issue too. It's just one of the things. If you get dogs, not everybody's gonna love your dogs, and you have to be aware of that, right? And sometimes your dogs, well, they're asshats. And so, they're not going to play nice.
Everybody, that's a dog owner believes that everybody will love their dog.
Yeah, like their kids. And they believe that their dogs could never be mean or bite. And I run a lot around my community, at least laws, but nobody abides. And every time I run by or walk my dog by, their dog is loose. And the first thing they say is, I'm like, they're like, "Is your dog? Because your dog's really got it up for me." And they're like, "Oh, you'll never." So I probably have been attacked 3 times a year. My dog has been bitten twice this year, grabbed by dogs that left a wired fence out in the front by people who are like, "My dog would never." Look, they're lovely creatures. I will stand in front of a truck for mine, but they're unpredictable because they're animals and they have protective nature. Stop acting like your dog could never do anything. They will turn on. They have their moments like we do. We have lovely people who do some weird things. That's my preach. I don't mean to, I love dogs, so that doesn't matter. I don't drive anywhere, Ken. I think I haven't filled my gas tank in 2 years. I don't go anywhere because I work out of here and my wife won't let me go anywhere. And so our Dr. Rob closed a deal for $300 for the 7B and a cloud lifter. That's reasonable.
Deal.
That's a good deal.
I think that's a good deal.
That's a good deal, right?
Yeah.
Cloud lifter's like $90 or whatever. 120 actually.
150.
New, yeah. So that, I think you got a good deal, man. Let us know how that goes. I'm sure we'll be hearing you as we see you on other streams. Yeah. We're living, I don't know. You said in a nice time, Rodrigo, when we don't always have to put up with people for the sake of etiquette. That has changed. I've noticed that, well, like with jobs of the Great Resignation, people are resigning from families and from situations. They're just like, no, I'm not going to your kid's soccer game on Saturday morning. I'm not doing it anymore. I think they're not. And that's okay. You know, I think we're all just like, you know what? It's like when you're tired and older and you're just like, I don't have time for this. And then you start making these comments like that. I think that's true. I think, I don't know if it's a nice time because I think there's something to be said for sometimes the etiquette of putting yourself out there to support somebody and their kid at a soccer game or a wedding. And so are we getting too lazy? Are we getting too self-indulgent, narcissistic, and using the pandemic maybe as an excuse? I don't know about you. I can't speak to anybody out there. I think I have to check myself on that sometimes and think, maybe you're pushing a little bit too much. Maybe you need to. So I've been pushing myself back out there a little bit here and there, and I think I'm better off for it. Patrick, I hate weddings too. Can't even stand the reception. They're just boring. I was so bored at my own wedding. Oh, she's not watching. She's watching. I'm really going to get in trouble.
You were bored at your own wedding?
Weddings are just boring. Wow.
Mine was not even close to boring.
Nah, I mean, the reception was great. I just hate sitting through that stuff in the monkey suit and doing all that stuff. I don't like all that formal stuff, so I don't really get into it all that much.
Oh. So our wedding was a blast.
So Vinny, I'm guessing you're not going with me to the new Ghostbusters movie. Yeah,
I won't go see it. I'm not seeing it.
I'm gonna go see it. I have reservations, and I think they're justified. But I'll be honest with you, there's been some movies where I really thought that in the past, and that knocked me over. So you can be surprised. Trailers are tricky how they do it nowadays. It's hard to know. Well, Nick, I just bought a 104-inch TV. I watch it at home. We put the money into that 104-inch, and that's a big TV. That's a wall. That is really nice. I mean, how far back do you have to be on a 104-inch? I mean, a 50-inch TV, you're supposed to be back about like 8 feet to watch that adequately, 5 at least, right?
Right.
So
exactly,
104-inch, you gotta have a pretty good layout, and these houses nowadays do though. So, we've been to theaters, but there's still social distancing. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know if they're skipping seats, how they do it. I haven't been. I kind of just want to go. I just really miss that. I miss that feeling, especially in the winter. Although in the summers, I love that too. Just putting on shorts, going to a movie where the sun's still out at 8 o'clock, and then going out to eat afterwards or something. I don't know. Yeah, Brian makes a good point about the markup prices at the theaters. That is a bit of a ripoff. I mean, it's expensive. It's part of the entertainment, so it's a price you pay. I think it's easier. I don't do a lot of entertainment, so I wouldn't really care. But it gets expensive for families anyway. It is kind of a ripoff. But for me, I don't go enough that it would bother me. So I don't know. I think as long as I'm enjoying the experience, the tax of that enjoyment tax, I guess you'd call it, is worth it. But the minute I don't feel like the movie or the experience is worth it, then you're right. Then it's absolutely just a ripoff at that point. Yeah, your good crowds at the Homebodies gym. Okay, here we go. Let's go after you. See what your wife has to say. I don't like the movie theaters. People are always talking and loud and chewing. Now, I wonder. I know that there are some areas of the country where this is put up with a little bit more than others. Now, you don't come to the Midwest and talk through a movie. Maybe in the city. But the truth of it is, nah. People here they still don't do that stuff. However, I wonder, though, if people are really losing, I don't know if you've noticed, but people are just losing their patience and their etiquette socially all the way around. Like, I feel like people are just on bad behavior a lot more. They have quick wicks when it comes to impatient and anger. So sadly, I see a lot of that all around. Yeah, I'd rather go to I'd rather go to a drive-through as well, or drive-in. Drive-ins are fun. I don't like drive-ins in the middle of summer when it's humid. You have to have your windows up because the bugs are getting in. But I guess now you could, because the radio, you can use the radio. Maybe you could turn the car and put your air on every so often or leave it on.
Yeah.
The radio, that's the nice thing, is being able to use your radio now and get FM for the movie sound, and your cars have beautiful sound. It's the way to go. We're going to finish up soon, but I'm going to grab the last couple of these. German Shepherd, Jim? All right. Yeah, that's you definitely don't want to let the old German Shepherd loose in the middle of the holidays. That's going to make the Cousin Eddie thing look really tame, the squirrel. It's based on Company for Rodrigo. Yeah, Cashew says, I've been nipped on the back of the leg when running. They don't like runners, and I get it. I can't even be mad at the dog. I'm just incensed more about owners who do that. And the scary thing I've had happen, running across the street, busy, the dog comes running after me in the middle of the street, trying not to get hit. And I'm really still worried about the dog getting hit because, hey, what are you doing, man? Yeah, so it's not just me. Patrick says, I agree with the Stranger Things view. I remember I didn't want to see it at first until I saw the cameo. Yep. That sold a lot of people, and I think that's what I'm holding out hope for. Because they did a couple, and that recent one with the cameos looks, I hope it's not a 2-minute cameo. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Let's run through here. Yeah. I appreciate you, everybody being here.
How old is he?
Murray? Bill Murray? I mean, it's got to be.
Dan Aykroyd.
Well, both of them are close to the same age, I think. They got to be
72?
I'm saying mid-70s. I bet you. Yeah, somebody Google that 72. Up and let us know how old Bill 74. Murray and Dan Aykroyd are, because they were in their prime. So, they were still in their late 20s, 30s, and 79 or so when they were on SNL. So I don't know. That's, yeah. Mila, I know that's in reference to somebody. It says here, I was more excited about the Resident Evil. Okay, yeah. Because she was also in Fifth Element. That's where we first saw Mila. I can't pronounce his name. Jovanovic, who didn't speak a lick of English the whole thing, but she wore paper towel the whole movie of The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. I'm not buying. So the Packers are, I see, it's probably all gone. Packers are releasing stock publicly again. I already own stock. I bought years and years ago. Almost that. Remember when they did it like 20 some years ago? I bought it then. So I do have shares already for the Packer stock. But yeah, they were releasing 300,000, and that stuff is going to be gone in like an hour. So it's quite a bit of money. I am not buying Cowboy stock.
No.
Yeah, you can't do it anyway. Yeah, the only team that can do public stock now is still Green Bay because it's owned by the public.
Right.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, they're okay. They're not as good as Pennsylvania, and I'm sure that's or New Jersey. That's what we're going to hear. But that's okay. We're all right. We do fine. We love Wisconsin.
No, they're not nice in New Jersey.
Well, it's a different type of nice. Oh
yeah, it's not nice.
Okay, so Nick says 69 years old. Jim says over 70. We need an official on that. And for Dan Aykroyd,
I think he's like 70 or 71.
Do you remember Wolfman Close. Jack from Friday Night Special? Wolfman Jack, and he would do the Friday Night Special with Midnight Special rather. Yeah, I remember that too. I was really young, and my mom would let me stay up even though I was way too young. But she would like company, so I would watch it.
I haven't heard it in a million years.
I haven't either. It's just he said that, my mind just flooded back with Wolfman Jack, and then there was another program after that, but I don't remember what that one was.
He was using a Shure SM7B.
I guarantee, because that man was loud. He had the voice for it, but yeah, he was a character, man. I remember. God, there were some amazing appearances on there, but a lot of it was recorded songs. It was just lip syncing, but okay. Ken wins, not 54. No, dude's gonna be. Bill Murray's going to be in it. They're both going to be in their 69 is the answer?
That's what Google says. Google says 69. Yeah, so I knew he's about like as old as my dad. My dad's 70.
For Dan Aykroyd or Bill Murray? Because I thought Bill Murray's older. I was wondering which one.
Oh, I thought Dan Aykroyd was, but
okay. I was wondering. Wolfman Jack, come on. If anyone, that guy was crazy, man.
Yeah,
no, he was great though. He was he was a big time DJ and. Then got on. He was like the first VJ, really. You know what I mean? Doing his deal on Friday nights. And I remember Elton John on there. And then you'd have everybody. You name it, they were on there. Big fans. Chicago. I mean, everybody. Yeah, I've met great people in Jersey too. We just kid. I mean, John's from Jersey. He's great people. So
No, there's great people. There's no doubt. No, it's Taylor Ham. You have to realize that
I was waiting on this. Thank you.
Once you go to South Jersey,
yeah,
Bill Murray's 71, right? South Jersey is way different than North Jersey. It's like being in another state.
People forget that, like, all these states, they're not the same just because you're from the state. Like, they pigeon people. Wisconsin's so different. If you go to Madison and as opposed to Milwaukee or this side of the state, just very different demographics, which I like. I like that the state has a mixture.
You know what's really weird?
What?
You take a look at South Jersey. Most real estate transactions are done by with no lawyer. The title company
Is that right?
signs everything. Okay. You go to North Jersey, everybody uses an attorney.
It's probably law. Like, it's probably like some kind of like procedural.
No, there's no law. It's your choice.
They just do it because they want to have the legal buffer, right? They just want to have.
Yeah, but the thing is like the title agency, tell that to the title agencies that do it in South Jersey that you pay like $400 for versus the lawyers you're paying $1,200 for.
I mean, when we bought our house,
it's crazy.
We just had real estate agents. We didn't have any attorneys involved. No, we're not buying $5 million mansions either. And if I was buying, are those big house numbers up there where you're talking about?
No, whatever. Any house, doesn't matter. Everybody uses an attorney.
Who the hell? Why?
Yep.
Why would you use an attorney and spend that money for a house?
Because it's the standard, But I'm just saying it's the same state. Like, where did they decide to stop using attorneys and start? It's like really weird.
That is odd. Yeah, it's always like this weird dividing line. But there's so many stories about that.
Yeah, you pump your own gas here.
Yeah. Well, you can pump gas here, but you go into like Long Island. I was so weirded out. I'm like, you can't. Here in Oregon, you can't pump your own gas.
You don't pump your own gas.
We do.
Yeah, you don't pump your own gas here, is what I mean.
Oh, you don't.
Like,
you guys aren't.
They
you guys
have people. Yeah,
you're not smart enough to do it, right? You're not. You can't be trusted around your own gas.
Gotta have the pump scientist do it.
That's funny. The pump scientist is going to come out. Okay, how much do you want, sir? It weirded me out. And
these there's three numbers here: 87, 89, and 91. Yep. This is super technical. Do you want regular,
no,
mid-range, or super? But
could you tell me what I need? I don't know. Do I want 79? Is that fine for this?
What is your car? What is your car?
It's a 1967
Oh,
Beetle.
What's your zip code, by the way? I need your zip code. Oh, you need my zip code?
Oh, okay. Why?
08.
How is this putting gas in my car?
I have to give you my zip code? Holy. You want my social?
I mean, look.
Next year you're going to ask for your social to get gas.
The one time I liked that is like it was 20 degrees out. And I'm like, just have the guy do it. We're not allowed to get out. I don't feel guilty having him do it because he's going to do it. I see secondhands out. Have to go. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi, secondhand. I hope you're well. Yeah. So when it's cold, I'm all about pump guy, scientist out there doing the thing. But I just think it's so stupid. But I'm sure it has to do with the union and the money and the butts. I don't think it has anything to do with
It's jobs. It's about jobs here.
It's about jobs. Yeah. I mean, look, hey, I love the old days. You're driving, ding, ding. My dad's like, fill her up, check my oil, clean my windows. And we just sit in the car with him smoking 4 cigarettes in 10 minutes in our old station wagon with the panel on the side. It was good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little station wagons, little Ford station wagon, the pump scientist. Well, I mean, kind of. It's a pump mafia, essentially, is kind of what it is. But yeah, we're not smart enough to put our own gas in. Here you go.
Yeah, it's funny.
The pump waiter, waitress, the pump concierge. I don't know.
Or you don't have to tip them though.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Do you tip?
No, yeah, you don't.
You don't have to, but should you?
No one does. No
one tips.
No, you shouldn't.
Oh, you shouldn't tip.
Not for pumping gas. No.
I guarantee you. Every Midwest person is stopping in New Jersey on their way to Vermont and they're tipping to hell out of every one of these people to put, because they are not used to that. They're like, I can do it. I'll put the gas in. I'll pay you. And they're like, no. And at the end, they feel so guilty that they're paying tips out. I guarantee you they're giving tips to these people. Our people are.
Listen, if you're going to Vermont and you make it a thing to skip through New Jersey, then you got a whole nother problem. If you're coming from the Midwest.
Well, we're using old maps. I don't have to tell you. We're using the old trail, through the mountains and stuff. We don't know what we're doing. That's true. I was just giving an excuse. I didn't know where to go. I don't really go that way very often, so I don't know.
Get outie. Ken's saying he tipped the guy who pumped his gas $10. Are you kidding me?
He's from the Midwest. I'm telling you. That's a Midwest thing. We're not going to not tip.
Yeah, nobody. We're
not going to not tip.
That guy's like, oh my God. This guy's probably pocketed that $10 and he's like, this guy is so dumb.
He's not. No, I'm going to tell you what happens. These Midwest plates come rolling on in. They're fighting each other about who's going to pump that gas because they know that Dorothy or Jim or Don
that is possible,
Green Bay
sure.
is going to tip a good $10 on this deal. I guarantee it. So they see that
it's
yellow
busy
license
here,
plate.
though.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying,
Wow, I wouldn't think that. I would never even think that, Ken. That is super. You made someone's day, though, Ken. So that's the way you got to look at it.
I mean,
is that you definitely probably made somebody's day.
They're standing out there pumping my gas. I feel weird about it, especially if it's really cold. I'm gonna be like, "Can I get you coffee? I'm gonna give you a big tip when we're done."
Yeah, but they're making money.
I don't know that. I just see them out there cold, standing there waiting from me. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not used to that, dude. I get out of my own car at 20 below zero and pump my gas. I don't think about somebody else doing it for me. You know what I mean? I'd like to, now that I think about it.
Sometimes I get out because it's like I don't need to sit there for 5 minutes to wait for somebody to hit,
You get out, but you can't. It's a legal thing, right?
Well, you're not supposed to, but I do. I'm like, listen, I got to go to work. I'm not going to sit here for 3 minutes while you got to just put that hose back, Plus, I ride motorcycles so many years, so you always pump your own gas when you ride your motorcycle. So,
wait, so you don't wait for the professor to come out to fill your tank on a motorcycle, but a car?
No.
This is weird. Now it doesn't feel like it's about jobs.
Yeah. Nobody wants somebody pumping their gas in a motorcycle because you mess up, you scratch something, you get gas on the gas tank, whatever. That's
a guy comes in on a Lamborghini. He doesn't have the same concerns?
Well, I don't know. You have to ask them. I mean, there's a lot of Lamborghinis around here too, so.
I'm taking you to task like you're responsible for
this.
Dude,
I go to it's crazy. I'm not even joking. We'll go literally a half an hour away and it's this town, Montclair. And we'll be sitting having lunch at this place in Montclair. Ferraris and Lamborghinis are parking all around the streets. It's crazy. These people, it's a lot of money over here.
I know, there's a lot of money. A lot of money, man. Yeah, I know. Texas, you're going to pump your own gas. That's for sure. You probably have to even drill your own oil down in Texas. You probably have to have your own oil.
Drill your own
Get
oil.
It refined in your backyard. Get it all refined. Let it sit. Do your thing. Pump it around your pipes.
Oh, you want light crude? Okay.
Light crude. This is not really this is really made more for lawnmowers. We really shouldn't put this in your fine-tuned car.
Do you know why there's the octane differences? You know the differences why?
Well, one takes more water out, I believe, right? I mean, that was the whole deal.
There shouldn't be any water in your gasoline.
There is a slight.
And there should be none.
Rusting issue possibility.
It's based off the combustion of your engine, the
make
compression. So if there's a compression, there's compression. So when you have higher octane, it's going to help make But the thing is that we have variable timing that is in most vehicles, so it will adjust the valve timing to adjust for not having the high octane. So the thing is that you'll dummy down your engine to not having as if it's 250 horsepower, well, the variable timing will change, and then you'll have 220 horsepower instead of 250.
Yeah, and that's important when you're going down 25-mile-an-hour streets. But yeah, you're right. It's dumbing down.
If you have a turbo engine and it doesn't have variable timing differences, and you're putting a 87 octane in there, you're looking for possible problems. So you have to pay attention to that.
I'm not going to have a Lamborghini in this lifetime. So.
In Brazil.
In Brazil, it's unthinkable of us pumping gas by ourselves, really. Just tire calibration. So you can pump your own tires and figure out how to balance out your air pressure, so that's cool. Yeah, that's really interesting. So, I mean, it's not just here, but it is kind of odd. I saw the comment about the pipeline. It's weird that they're shutting that down, but it is what it is. Okay, politics and everything. Well, we made it to 10, and I'm happy. And I'm happy that everybody sat around to talk about how did we end up into crude oil. I mean, this we really did segue and get into the weeds, but I don't know. I love that. If there's any tech questions here, jump on. I think we've probably hit all of them tonight, but I do appreciate all of you stopping in and hanging around. Were you seeing something? You're just laughing at me.
Yeah, I read Ken saying that he's got 2 pork roll t-shirts that he has. That's what they call it in South Jersey.
Oh, okay.
What's funny is Jay Cruz is not South Jersey, so he's Central Jersey, his buddy. And so, yeah, even in parts of Central Jersey, they'll call it pork roll, but no way it's Teller ham. So.
Yes, Cashew, we got off on a few side streets, went down some, I would say, some really tricky forks in the road, we got lost a little bit. But that's okay. I like getting lost. I like to hang out with all of you, and I appreciate everybody and the support of Ayni and what we're trying to do here. It's just a part of what we're wanting to do down in the future. And it's good to have all you in here. You know, next week, we'll get back to some other tech. I'm going to release my new toy on you, my new tech toy that I'm excited about, and some other things on our inner tech travels. And John, what do you got coming on for this Thursday? Anything you want to mention before we head out?
Yeah, we're not talking about movies, and we're not talking about gasoline.
I don't mind.
We are gonna talk about just taking a look at a few things that probably keep our eyes on for Black Friday, and we're gonna discuss maybe some of the things that people are looking for. Because I hope that people are gonna take this time of year to keep their eyes out for the good deals to improve their potential streaming or potential YouTube channels. So now's the time to have that little bit of money on the side and make those moves on some of these items. So we're gonna go over probably a couple things that I know I've talked about, and how odd it is that Jeff and I have similar things that we didn't talk about that we want to buy, and which is not anything new for us, by the way. And then we're going to put up some good ideas for people to get your paper pen out or watch this stream again. Yep. But if you're looking to improve your stuff, we're going to have some suggestions too. So
we are, and I actually appreciate you guys talking a little bit. I think it's fine to talk a little bit about movies and things once in a while. I'm glad that we are going to get into Black Friday stuff, and I think I just wanted to take a little bit of a side trip a little bit and let's kind of enjoy some things. I didn't really have a heavy night, so I appreciate everybody doing that with me. We will be talking about some Black Friday stuff. I have a list of things that I'm researching as well, and I think it would be interesting to see if we end up with some of the same toys on accident. I want to just say hi real quick on the way out. Samantha, how you doing? I'm glad you stopped.
Hi, Samantha.
Hello. Doing the wavy. I love the wavy. Hello.
What's with Darlene? She got all these big eyes here. What is?
I don't know. I was gonna.
Darlene, what are you doing?
Are you turning into like Big Brother or what's? I don't know. She's got all the eyes. I don't know what's happening. What is this? This is. I don't know. There's something with the C's or something. I don't know what that means. We're so dumb. We don't know. Jim had a nice comment here. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
That you and I are here to make everyone feel welcome. And if you do, that makes us feel good. We've done our job. And you always make us feel welcome and whatever we're doing and talking about. And this is not
I
always
have no
easy.
input on movies, though. I can't even tell you the last time I watched a movie.
It's been a while. I'll be honest with you. I haven't.
People like
to.
are. I wish I could be invested with that. But I just don't even have the time to even watch.
It's been a long time since I've watched a movie, especially one of relevance. I've dipped myself into some things as I'm working maybe here and there of offshoot shows, but I haven't been able to really just focus on anything.
Especially this year. There just hasn't, like, constantly working on our streams, constantly working on improving our,
there's no time.
You know, the whole YouTube thing. So,
and I'm okay with that. And the movies will be there. And quite honestly, with COVID, I just haven't put my mind out there about going to a theater. And I don't even know if I'm ready now, but I remember holiday season, I think it just hit me going, I don't know that I'm going to, but I really did enjoy going to a, like Home Alone. Remember when that came out was around Thanksgiving, and like those movies, those times was so fun. And I hope they come back, not just for us, but for other generations to be able to experience that, like your son and all that. I'm glad that you're doing that with that. Keep on a lookout. Okay. So keeping a lookout. I love it. Okay.
That's it.
We're so slow. Yeah, so John, so everybody head over on John on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time again, or 8 p.m. Central. Come over to Coffee Talk in Tech. Find us. We're going to be over there talking about some good things. I think by Thursday, we're going to be getting some serious Black Friday vibes. I'm already starting to see a lot of it and getting excited for it. So Samantha has a Black Friday list. I think everybody's making their lists and seeing, but most of us have been naughty. So it's going to be a rough haul up the chimney for all of us. But we're going to get together and make it work out, everybody. So with that, John, it's been great. I'm glad you came on here to support me in my 2 streams that I've done tonight. The fake stream.
I like the
and then the
Ayni, right?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I have to
cool.
constantly think and my kneecap, and that's the way I remember. It's going to take a while for me to figure that out. It is kind of a deal. On the way out, I'm just going to put a little Ayni up there for a second. There's our Ayni. There's our official name of our little friend here, little stream bud. And we make fun, but we really enjoy it. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and I hope tomorrow is enjoyable. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Ken, I see the question, and I'll DM you. Black Friday. Yeah, are you asking me about something, or because you're whispering, and that makes me feel like you're directing me towards something? You said
no. I was reading something. Black Friday.
Yeah, I want to put this up. So get over there. I'll put it up. Ken, I'm here. No one cares if I'm still here. The question is, Jeff, do you know the Elegant Farmer? Yeah, I know of the Elegant Farmer in McGuanaco. Yeah. By the way, McGuanaco has an insanely good football team in their high school. They were like crazy good professional type players. So yeah, I do know the Elegant Farmer. So it's going to be fun having you back in the state, my friend. So I look forward to all that. All right, my friend, it's time for outro season. Let's see if I can pull this off without the same flair. All right, John, have a good one. I'll see you on the other side. Everybody, thank you so much. Stay warm. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Get off your Ayni.
Get off your Ayni. Let's get into this silly stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's Ayni singing along.